Chat, what's good? What's going on, everybody? It is Monday, November 3rd. Welcome back. As you know the deal, you are watching the Coin Zone. This is Crypto with Paul. I appreciate you guys for tapping in on this Monday morning. We have a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. I will not keep you. First off, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. Make sure to like this video on the way in, and let's get into this freaking news. Guys, okay, so Balancer hit by apparent exploit as 110 million in crypto moves to new wallets. So, it is no longer Uptober, which they really should have called Downtober, because it amounted to nothing, and we didn't get any price action that people thought we would, considering October is a very bullish month for Bitcoin, historically. Well, it wasn't this time, Bob, all right? And now we have this. Okay, so we went from October, yes, things are great, to the largest liquidation event in history. Now we're in November, and things are just continuing to happen in a negative direction. So let's go ahead and see what exactly happened with this exploit. So Balancer, a decentralized finance protocol with over 750 million in value locked, TVL, appears to have been hit by its biggest exploit yet, with on-chain data showing upwards of 110 million in digital assets drained to a new wallet. The affected funds include 6,850 osETH, 6,590 wrapped ETH, and 4,260, I don't even know, ETH blockchain data analyzed by CoinDesk showed and seemed to impact vaults on Balancer version 2. Okay. Further analysis shows various vaults were also impacted and drained across Sonic, Polygon, and Base. Wow. Okay. So that sounds like an L2 issue right here. Layer 2. It bridged from Ethereum, Sonic, Polygon, and Base. That is not a good look, guys. This is CoinDesk. Let's move on to Balancer themselves right here on X. So, quote unquote, today, around 7:48 a.m., an exploit affected Balancer V2 composable stable pools. Our team is working with leading security researchers to understand the issue and will share additional findings and a full post-mortem as soon as possible. You know, let me just say this and interject, guys. I've been in crypto for 5 years now, whatever. You know, at first I've been very exploratory about liquidity options, pools options, and I'm kind of getting there again. But I've never dipped my toe because I've seen people lose money. It's difficult to figure out. It can be, at least. It's like, do you really want to go through all that trouble? You know, your bank can give you a 4% yield. Great. Wonderful. Doesn't even keep up with inflation, right? But if something's going to be enticing at a 10% or more, you got to make it easy. First off, it's got to be easy. And sometimes all these DeFi protocols, it's not as easy as it looks. And then at the same time, it could just get hacked. You could just lose it, which is a scary thought. And no, that's how nobody feels about a bank. Nobody feels like, if I put my money into Wells Fargo, I'm going to lose it. They're going to lose it for me. That's not how the normal person, the average person, thinks. So I think there has to be some reverse engineering here when it comes to some of these crypto things that are enticing to individuals like you and I, but maybe not the average person yet, because just really getting to it, guys. I mean, retail has not been involved this cycle. It's very interesting. And I had a data point I wanted to pull up, but we're going to take it a different direction. But just think about that. Retail has not really been involved yet, especially this cycle. It's been more whales from institutions, etc. So, and again, it's because of things like this. Balancer, you know, people just lost money trying to earn yield in a pool. Now, the thing that makes me crazy, right? Now, this is from Coin Bureau. DeFi protocol Balancer appears to have been potentially hacked. Anson AI reports the stolen funds include, we already read that. Okay, great. Now, this is the thing that makes me crazy, guys. You guys know I'm a big fan of ADA. I don't care. It doesn't have a big user base. It doesn't compete in a lot of those areas. It just doesn't. And that's fine. However, you can't argue, and it's theoretically improvably now at this point, I just feel like, built better than any of these chains. We're talking about Ethereum right now, right? The supposed backbone of the new internet that everyone's picking, all the institutions to put stablecoin rails on, etc., to build on. Still gets hacked, guys. You could still lose money. Solana goes down, just went down again recently. Solana gets sandwich attacks all the time. People lose their funds all the time. You haven't seen either of those two things ever on ADA. And I don't get, how that doesn't translate into price action or adoption or anything. It's crazy. No one cares. No one on Wall Street seems to care that Solana goes down. They're still like, let's get it. It's fast. Great. Yay. Same thing with Sui. I mean, Sui is a little bit better, I believe, in how it's built. But still, they had the CETH attack? They had an issue as well where they had funds lost. But I do believe they recouped it in like 48 hours and smoothed it over real quickly. Sui's one to keep an eye on. I do like Sui. And I'm not trying to crap at any of these coins. I'm just being realistic, guys. Like, if you want to dip your toe into crypto, DeFi, and earn yields, which is, in my opinion, obviously one of the most attractive things, you have to make sure that you're not going to lose your money and that you're not putting your trust into something that doesn't make sense. Because again, guys, I've seen it. Celsius, Voyager, 3 Hours Capital, FTX, right? You can't trust these players. But let's move on to this instead, guys. This is a chart from DZ. Shout out to the Discover Crypto guys. Everything pretty much is contingent on ETH. Now, I was just talking to my buddy Brian about this off air. Shout out to you, Kaz. Bitcoin has been doing its thing. Great. Previous all-time high was 69K. Nice. It smashed through that. Basically doubled to almost 130. Why isn't the rest of the market doing that? Why isn't Ethereum specifically doing that? Right? We saw an all-time high, right? Or get very close to it, Ethereum. But it never did anything past it. And currently, guys, we are trading back down again. We're at 36, guys. We got over 4K for a second. It was great. 4,200. Last month, we were at 47. Looked like the doors were opening. ETH was finally going to break over 5,000. And then we just went back down, guys. Still been very choppy. 18% it's down on the month. I mean, God, guys, ETH still trading at 3,600 is crazy to me. So the point is what I'm saying here, this chart with DZ, it's the sentiment and historically the amount of days after Bitcoin halving. At this point, ETH would have went on a run already, right? So if it falls below support, that could be a bad sign that we're not going up, we're going down. So many of different ways to look at this, guys. All right. And I'm not trying to scare anybody at all. So let's get back to the less spooky stuff, right? Coin Bureau. Bitcoin may rebound after October dip. After 4.5% drop in October, breaking a 6-year winning streak, LMAX strategist Joel Kruger says it's likely a pause and not a reversal. So if it is a pause, then we can expect some more choppiness. And then as people think, like myself, I'm still in belief that Q4 here, the end of the year, we're going to go up before Christmas. I am a firm believer of that. We will be in a green swing of things into Q1, into the new year. And then I believe because of a mixture of a lot of different things, economy-wise, QE-wise, legislation, ETF, etc., we will have a positive 2026. That is my firm belief, ladies and gentlemen. Chat, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do we think that crypto is entering a bear market and we didn't see this crazy run off top. You know, Bitcoin at 175 or 200, ETH to 10K, Solana to $900, ADA to $5. Are we still seeing this or no? Or are we going to have to wait 4 more years? Or are we just going to remain choppy and zoom out, you know? So let me know in the comments, chat. I'm very curious to know what you guys think. Couple other of data points before we go here. Institutional demand has fallen below newly mined Bitcoin for the first time in 7 months. So although that sounds bad, there was only probably the 7-month history that it ever existed, that this was ever a thing. So it's not a big deal. Okay, and from what this means, guys, is the amount of Bitcoin being purchased every day has fallen below the amount that is publicly mined every day. So the amount that gets put into circulation via mining is now more than is what being bought. Usually for 7 months straight, it was less. So as it was going into circulation, it was just being bought up like that. Now there's less. Even though Saylor is still buying, we see this. Michael Saylor is still buying. And again, I don't think that this is bearish. I don't think it really matters that much. Relentless selling. The fear in the market is real. Many giving up. Meanwhile, macro continues to provide a path to new highs. Once they reopen, the government TGA starts getting drained and liquidity can flow in the market again. Beatings will continue until liquidity improves. Man, we've been pulling up Lark like once a week on these streams. More than that. But I gotta say, he's got a point here. The biggest catalyst right here, the thing that's going to change everything is liquidity. 100%. And, you know, with Jerome Powell's announcement last week, with potentially more quantitative easing coming in December, another 25 points, there's a lot of catalysts to focus on, guys. A lot of really big things to focus on. It's crazy to me, and maybe we'll finish. I'll pull up this chart real quick about retail. But it is just crazy to me how this chart right here actually exists. Retail investors are still out. Crypto Quant notes this cycle is dominated by new whales, corporate treasuries, and long-term accumulators, making it structurally different from past bull runs. So last bull run, we see retail flood in. We kind of did see that last year already. At this point, November of last year, things were going crazy. Right around this time is when, you know, ADA shot up from like 30 cents to like $1.20. XRP had its crazy run. A bunch of coins went up nicely, and then everything went back down. But retail's still not here, guys. I don't know. It means you have an option. You and I right now, we have the option to accumulate more before a lot of people do. So, chat, let me know how you're looking at this. Okay, numbers are still down. Prices are still down. Now, what does that mean? It means you're not rich yet. But what does it also mean? It means you have more time to accumulate. So look at it in a positive light, maybe, from that angle. And it won't seem so bad. Unless, like, you got liquidated, then I can understand that. But that's the point, guys. If you want to make money with crypto, your answer might not be trading and using leverage. It might just be long-term buying and holding. That seems to be the winning method throughout all of history. So I wouldn't bet against it. Okay? Before we wrap up, let's just get back to Balancer real quick. Balancer is committed to operational security, has undergone extensive auditing by top firms, and had bug bounties running for a long time to incentivize independent auditors. We are working closely with our security and legal teams to ensure user safety and are conducting a swift and thorough investigation. We're grateful to our partners and the broader DeFi community for their support. That's crazy. So even rigorous focus on security and things still happen. That's why I can't trust anything or anyone, guys, ladies and gentlemen. It's tough to see if you lost money out there on Balancer. Sorry, we're praying for you. Hate to see it. but make sure that you are subscribed here to the Coin Zone, because we're going live every day. We got brand new videos coming out for you guys every single week. We have an awesome brand new interview coming out for you. Brand new videos, brand new interviews. Someone from the XRP community, so stay tuned for that one. You guys are gonna love it. And we'll go from there. But if you guys tapped in and kicked it with me just now for this live stream on Monday, November 3rd, 2025, here on the Coin Zone, I'm Crypto with Paul. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Excuse me, I almost had a minor freaking heart attack just now. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Like this video, share with your mom, your dad, your dogs. And see me again later. So I'll be back on later today for another live. So appreciate you guys for tapping in. This is the Coin Zone. I'm Crypto with Paul. It's Monday, November 3rd. I'll be back again in a bit. Take care.